All right, welcome to Coffee with David. David, what are we working with here? What kind of machine is this?
This is a Lilith Bianca
Very nice.
from Italy.
Okay.
Funny enough, it was actually just bought by a company called Breville, which
I've
you
heard of
might be
them.
familiar with.
Oh,
Yes.
they're ruining it.
Yeah, they're ruining it. I guess they want to enter the high caliber espresso lane.
David, what are you making for us today? For me.
Kostya ordered a skim light mocha cappuccino with rose. And Ilya's having his first sip. He's obligated to like it because he's staying here.
First sip review.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Dark.
Rose.
No, dark. Woodsy.
Acidic.
A little acidic, yeah.
Bright or not bright?
What's define bright?
Like, does it feel like you're drinking Coke, or does it feel like you're drinking, not like bubbly, but are your taste buds tingling?
Yes, but I wonder if that's the acidic.
Let's take a look at this body of this.
Is it watery or is it creamy?
Creamy,
Okay.
I think. Not really sure.
So what's the first step in the process, David?
Right now I'm just cleaning out this portafilter from the previous extraction.
And this Lilith has been warmed up already.
It's warm.
Very good.
Um,
Why is that important?
because you want not only the water to be at a particular degree, but you also want every part of the machine to be warm. So if you have a cold machine and you run hot water through it, by the time it gets to the coffee, it'll get cold.
That makes sense.
But you can see here, the water is set at 200 degrees.
The perfect temperature for the perfect
Well,
cup of coffee. Espresso.
Perfect
Isn't ideal.
Is in the eyes of the beholder.
This is true. We also do a little weighing here, I see.
Yeah, for Kostya here, we're gonna have 18 grams of beans. These beans are from our friends at Good Brothers in Seattle or someplace. And this particular batch is called, they're in Holland, Michigan.
Okay.
It's
December
a-
27th, 2023.
Yeah, it's called Liquid Amber. Such a good name for a coffee.
Enticing.
Their espresso notes are caramel, spice, and creamy. And it's dark roast.
That
So
sounds
it's
good
like
to me.
Neapolitan style,
Okay.
like Italian style. So it's supposed to be pretty bitter, as opposed to not pretty bitter.
How about the acidic piece?
Well, you want some acidity. You don't want like bland nothingness. But if it's too acidic,
Is
then
that a wheat thing or a coffee thing?
it's a you thing. So the next step, what you would do is adjust the process for less acidity and see if you like that.
And how do you adjust the process for less acidity? What on the machine impacts
So
that?
something that could cause too much acidity, it depends also if it's like sour acidity or if it's just acidity. Like you could have more water. So instead of 2-to-1, you could do 3-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
So it softens it up. You could open up the grind size so it's not so
Fine.
tight, so that it flows a little faster. So because it could be over extracted to your taste.
So as we have 18 grams, what's the
All right.
next step after that?
I'm gonna actually open it up and see if it changes anything. Or actually, let's go the other way.
What does opening it up mean?
So this way you grind finer.
Mm-hmm.
This way you grind coarser. So if I go this way, it opens up the little
Okay.
the grind. What are they called? The gears. or
The
whatever.
gears, okay.
You open up the space so it's not so fine. I'm gonna go finer,
That sounds good.
and then
We trust.
Ilya's
The barista.
Ilya's gonna try it and see if it changed anything to the flavor.
Yes.
All right, let's see the magic happen here.
Ready?
Yeah.
Typically when I because I don't know how coffee's gonna react to like really fine or really coarse. There are some like guidelines, you know, they're like if you over extract, it gets really bitter. If you under extract, it gets very sour. But like these are kind of parameters that it's like those little alleys you put in the bowling so the ball doesn't go into the gutter.
I mean, so
Bumpers.
that such a small change creates a big tasting
Yeah, it's also like what I talk to when I talk to a coffee guy who like roasts and has a relationship with farmers and shit. And he's like, the best thing that you can do is start to build a database in your brain of taste. So when you go and you eat somewhere, or when you like smell something, instead of just being like, oh, it's good, like dissect it. Be like, this tastes kind of like this, and start building references of flavors that make you think of this, make you think of that.
Get granular with it.
It's like a vocabulary, so that when you taste coffee, you can like feel the layers of it.
You have benchmarks that you have set.
Right. That's where you start to build the reference points.
So now we have it in.
So this is the 18 grams that's been ground up.
And what do we call this for our novices out there?
This is just a little tool that I bought that allows for the coffee not to spill out when I work with it.
And especially since we were
I haven't
measuring,
had my coffee yet.
especially since we were measuring it, we want to keep the integrity of the weight.
I think they call it like a cone or some shit like that.
And then, can you explain to us why this tool
This
is
is
being
called
used?
a WDT tool. Weissman, I think is his name,
Okay.
who invented it. So basically, if you look, like, there are clumps that came out because inside of the grinder, there's static that builds up.
Correct.
So in order to have even distribution, you want to break those clumps up. That's all.
And by breaking them up and having a more
By
consistent,
breaking them up, you
what
just
happens?
create like more uniformity, so that when the water comes through it, it goes through all the beans evenly. You paid for all the coffee, so you want all the coffee to be involved in the game. You don't want the water to like channel through some lane that was easy to get through and leave the rest of it dry.
And as you told me earlier, water takes the path of least resistance.
Right. Is what they say.
So after massaging this, what's the next step?
I'm just gonna quickly.
What do you call that massage with needles and?
WDT distribution.
What's the massage that you go and they put needles?
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture. So you
This is,
acupuncture the coffee beans.
This is gonna. So we have this. I could tamp it here. It would be fine, but because I'm obsessive.
Yes. So this tamper has
is
a little
a
bit of a
distributor. It is-
distributor. Okay.
Yeah, it gives me a nice flat surface on the top,
Wow, look at that. Smooth.
and then I take this nice heavy tamper, and I compress all the beans, and I try to do it as evenly as I can.
And look at that. You could rust a cup of water on that and wouldn't go through.
So Ilya's espresso shot, although we have no idea how much was actually in there because I didn't weigh it. But
Oh, we're gonna weigh this out this time. Okay.
his approximate 36 grams took about 25 seconds.
And what are you expecting this to be?
This needs to be 36 grams because I put 18 grams of coffee and we.
So
want
if we
2
do
to 1.
this right, there should be this should say about 36.
It will
grams.
say eventually.
Yeah.
The question is how fast.
I see.
Because if it's too fine, it'll take like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
If it's not fine enough, it'll take like 20 seconds.
Okay.
We want to, as a benchmark, we want around 25 to 30, but we let the taste drive.
Okay. Let's see the magic happen.
So here's the clock. It's ticking away. And you can see down here, the coffee's going to start coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're a bit fine. This is called choking. We're gonna let it run, but it's
Some people like the choking.
Fine means that you grind it too low.
too low. Which is okay. It still might taste great. Doesn't mean anything.
How are you feeling about how it's looking as it comes out? What are you
looks pretty sexy.
looking for?
I mean, it's clearly much more extracted than what Ilya had, because we're about approaching 36 now. and it took 45 seconds, as opposed to Ilya's 25 seconds.
And here we have.
So here
Any
you have-
final words on this cup right here?
Well, we're gonna stir it,
Stir it, let me try it.
and Ilya's gonna try it, and then I'm gonna turn it into a latte for
Pour it
you.
into, yeah.
David, coffee is for closers. Are you my friend? Just made the best cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my coffee shop because I'm closing.